Hey everyone, Technomentary here with a video for you guys. In today's video, I'm going to review the iPhone 10 going into 2025, if this phone is still worth it or not compared to the new iPhone 16 lineup. Everything you need to know in this video we're going to discuss, so let's get started. So the iPhone 10 was released back in 2017, which makes this phone just a little over 7-year-old phone now. It was one of the most iconic phone at the time it was released because Apple removed the home button. It went to the all-screen one, a design that's really unique. You have that rounded edges now going for this phone. It's stainless steel built with this premium glass body as well. It's a 5.8-inch display which looks sleek, though the top notch is a bit outdated in today's standard versus a dynamic island. Now if you compare to the new iPhone 16 Pro, which is the comparable model, it's a 6.3 inch, so 5.8 versus 6.3, of course, is a smaller display. Now other things that you notice between this device, it's going to be that this phone has a physical SIM card, which a new iPhone 16 Pro on the US model no longer has a physical SIM card. The other thing this phone lacks is 5G capability. This only does 4G, so you're not going to have 5G compatibility. When it comes to other design aspect, is that the newer iPhone have USB-C charging. This is only a lightning charging that we have available, and there is no camera control button, which is a newer button on the new iPhone 16 lineup. Now in the back here, we have only two 12 megapixel camera, which we'll discuss in a bit, versus the 3 on the new iPhone 16 here. But overall, again, it's a classic design, comes in black and white color, and it was limited to a couple things here. It's the gig, you're only able to get 64 gig and the 256 gig versions of this phone, which again was sort of limited in that sense. Now it is powered by the A11 Bionic chip under the covers here versus the A18 Pro chip, which is on the new iPhone 16 Pro. Now this is 7th generation older chip versus a newer chip. It's not going to be comparable, but the A11 chip again can handle everyday tasks from browsing, media, light gaming, and we're going to say light gaming because you don't want to do heavy graphic gaming. You just won't be able to do it. But for your day-to-day uses, again, you'll be able to go ahead into any browser with a good strong Wi-Fi. You'll be able to browse seamlessly, use most of your social media apps, most of your productivity to your entertainment apps. All of that will work, even video streaming. They're still compatible and work on this device here. So other thing we're going to talk about is going to be the camera aspect of it. So the camera, as I mentioned, is a 12 megapixel camera on the back here, which performs well in daylight with sharp, vibrant colors. However, it lacks advanced features like night mode and struggles in low light condition compared to the newer model. You have portrait mode, you even have video recording mode, and then you have also like portrait mode in multiple colors as well. There is no spatial video or cinematic mode. Those are the main features that we see on the newer devices, but it has time-lapse, slow-mo, and some of the other features as well. So again, decent camera, not the greatest camera, but that's because of course it is an older phone. Another aspect, it's going to be the battery life on this device here. As I mentioned, the battery life, this one has a 16 mAh battery, which again, if you compare it to the newer iPhone, it doesn't compare really well, because with this device you're getting not going to be the greatest battery when it comes to usage in it. You're going to get around 13 hours of video playback with this size of battery compared to the new 16 Pro. Again, 27 hours of video playback, which is double the amount. So if you're using a light user, you might get through the whole day, but if you're somewhere between a medium to heavy user, don't expect this phone to last for you even with 100% full battery device here. So that's going to be the aspect of battery. Again, the battery is something that phone isn't as great compared to a newer phone, which if you have this phone, if you're still using, you might be at a point where you might have to even replace the battery. Now, the big aspect of this phone, it's going to be the software update for it. Now, this phone does not get the latest update, iOS 18. It doesn't even get iOS 17. It's stuck on iOS 16. Originally, it was shipped with iOS 11, so it was able to get up to iOS 16. So you can do a lot of customization that are available with iOS 16. iOS 16 still is supported for most apps. I'll say most apps, about probably good 80% of the apps out there are supported even on iOS 18. Later this year, as we're approaching iOS 19, we're probably going to see some of those apps dropping support for iOS 16. Apple still puts out security updates. So if you go into your settings, general, you'll be able to get security updates, as we recently got an update as well as you'll be able to see, we can update it to the latest 16.7.10 update. So security update and bug fixes are still coming through, which we might see a run out when iOS 19 comes out, and we may not see those updates as the priority from Apple. So in terms of software, that's probably the biggest pain point for this phone, is that it is sort of coming to the end of its software update life cycle. So if you were to compare the price point, you can get this phone under $150. You're probably going to get it from sites like Amazon, pre-owned, because Apple no longer sells it directly on their website. So again, iPhone 10 is a much cheaper, especially in refurbished or secondhand model, for the value you're getting for a premium design, solid performance, and the OLED display that you have at a fraction of the cost. So you're paying almost close to 1/10 the price compared to a newer iPhone 16 Pro, which is going to be over $1,000, and this phone under $150 for your everyday task. Again, will get you for the most part through 2025, 2026, maybe not. But keep in mind that if you're looking for something a little bit better, faster, you might consider maybe the iPhone 13 or the 14 for something, again, more affordable compared to the iPhone 10. But of course, you have the newer iPhone. So budget-friendly phone. But again, if you're looking for the latest features, like the upgraded cameras that you have, the battery life, and Apple Intelligence, which is not going to be available here, you want to go with the newer iPhone model. So that's our thought on the iPhone 10 going into 2025. Want to hear from you. What's your thought on the iPhone 10? If you currently used it, upgraded to it, upgraded from it, leave a comment in the comment section. If you found this video helpful or you like this review video, make sure to like and subscribe button for more tips and tricks in the future as well. We'll see you guys next time.